and welcome to The Good Gamers. I'm here with Jade.
Hi.
And we're doing a video on how to play Coup. So we have also got a Let's Play video as well, so if you do really like this video and you just want to watch people playing the game, then do check that out as well. But yeah, today we're going to learn how to play. So Coup is a really good, quite a simple, easy, quick to play game. There's a lot of bluffing involved. So yeah,
not my strong point.
No. Well, you can also, to be fair, some of the games that I played with some of the other good gamers, there was a game, for example, where I just kept telling the truth the whole game, and everyone kept just assuming, well, you must be lying now, surely. And then they all just like got themselves out by thinking, because I was like, here's my card. And they were like, no, this time she's lying. And I'm like, yeah, so you can actually just play it by telling the truth if you want to. You don't have to lie, but it is obviously a key component. So the idea of the game is that you will start with 2 cards, and normally you would get them face down. So obviously the whole point is that I don't know what Jade has got. But for the purpose of this video, and given that I need to teach Jade how to play the game, we're going to play it with face-up cards. So you would start with 2 cards face down, and you would also each start with 2 coins, because you do need coins in the game.
Okay.
And these cards are influence. So this is, and a good way to think of them is it's like your life points as well. Mm-hmm. So the other player is going to be trying to get rid of your influence. They're trying to get rid of your card, because if you have no more cards left, then you're out the game. So the winner is the last person to have at least 1 card, essentially. And there are different ways you can do that. So this is basically the setup for the game. You also each receive one of these summary cards that basically detail all the different actions that you can take. Because if you're particularly new to the game, you might want to be able to see all the different things that you can do. Yeah. So that's how you'd start. That's how you set it up, and that's the aim of the game. Is to basically try and get rid of your opponent's cards, essentially. And there's different ways that you can do that. So as you can see, we've got different characters here. So what I will just do, because there are 5 characters in the game, so we've got each of them here. Gosh, how lucky that they all just happen to be at the top of the deck. I know. What are the chances? So these are all the different characters that you can have. There are 3 of each character in the game, and I'll come on to the different dynamics of how people can lie about what they've got. But one thing to bear in mind, there are 3 in each deck.
You can only lie so many
times. So we'll start with the Duke then, because that's who we've got here. So as the Duke, I could take 3 coins from the treasury. So that's this pile of coins here. So when it comes to my go, because you can do 1 action per turn, so I would grab these 3 coins from the treasury as the Duke. So at this point, for example, you could say you don't believe that I have the Duke, right? In which case, I would have to prove to you that I've got it.
Okay.
If I can prove to you that I've got the Duke, then you would lose one of your cards because you've called a bluff and you've got it wrong. Mm-hmm. If you say that you don't think I've got the Duke and I don't have the Duke, because maybe I've actually got an ambassador and a contessa instead, I don't have to show you any of my cards, but I would have to lose one.
Right, okay. So you can pick rather than someone else chooses for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd just be like, in this scenario, so let's say I've got the ambassador and the contessa, I would basically just put one of them down to the bottom of the deck, and I've just got 1 card left. And you have no idea whether it's what I've put down, you've got no idea what I've got left. Which just brings me on to my next point. Now, if it was the other way around and I'd got the Duke and the contessa, and you said, I think you're not telling the truth, then I've obviously got to show you the Duke to prove that I have it.
Yeah.
I can't just be like, definitely got the Duke. Just trust me on this one, Jade.
Just put one back. Just put a person back.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to do that. So what I would do instead, I'd have to show you the Duke, and you would lose a card, and I don't know what card you've lost and what you've got left. I would put it to the bottom and then draw another card, because I obviously still need 2 cards. But I can't have the Duke because now you know what it is.
Right. Okay. Oh, so you can pick another card up if you lose a person?
Yeah, well, if you've had to show that it's just if you've had to demonstrate that you have got the Duke.
Oh,
because obviously
yeah.
I've proven to you that I've got it, so I don't lose a card. But the problem is if I then just put that back, you know what one of my cards are.
Oh, okay, so you get to exchange it.
Yeah, so I would basically like, this is my Duke, and then put it to the bottom of the pile, and in this scenario I would draw a captain instead of that.
That's sad if you like who you've got.
I know, it is a little bit, yeah, it is a shame. Just the last thing to mention about the Duke, though, is because he can also block foreign aid. So foreign aid is one of the actions that don't require a character. So on these action summary cards, you can actually just do one of the actions that doesn't require a character card. So one of them is taking foreign aid. So then what you might say instead is actually I'm going to take 2 coins as foreign aid.
Right.
So, but the problem is that I've got a Duke, so I would then block.
Oh,
you
so
take
you
it.
block foreign aid.
Yeah, that's what the Duke does. If someone tries to take foreign aid, he can basically block it. What can't be blocked is if you take income. So if you take 1 coin as income, there's nothing I can do to stop that. So that's the Duke. So next, onto the assassin. So you've got an assassin.
Yay.
Let's say you have just taken income, actually, and so you've now got 3 coins. You can pay 3 coins to assassinate me.
Rachel, I'm going to assassinate you.
Excellent. Now, I'm glad you've done that because I have a Contessa. So, now, if I didn't have a Contessa, and I didn't claim to have a Contessa, and I didn't claim that Jade was bluffing, I would have to lose a card. So the assassin's quite powerful because it's straight away just 3 coins and you've removed someone's card, or at least have the potential to lose someone's card. So yeah, I would have to, in that scenario, if I didn't have a Contessa, so let's say I've got an ambassador and a Duke, I would have to choose a card and then I put that to the bottom of the pile and I'm down to 1 card.
Okay.
In this scenario, I do have a Contessa, so I would just say I'm blocking you with my Contessa. Where it gets quite interesting is, let's say I had an ambassador and a Duke. Now, Jade's just tried to assassinate me, and I have no way of stopping that in theory. Now, I can either just lose a card, or what is very, very risky is if I was to claim that you didn't have the assassin, and you proved it, you've obviously proved you got the assassin, so the assassination goes through. And I've got a challenge wrong, basically. So I'd lose a card for that. And equally, if I claimed to have the Contessa and I didn't, and then you said, well, I don't think you've got the Contessa, I've been called out, essentially, so I lose a card. But in that scenario, I haven't challenged your assassin. Whether you've got an assassin or not, I've not challenged the assassination. So that would just go through as normal. So yeah, that's quite an interesting one, certainly one to be aware of.
Would I then have to put my assassin down to the bottom and pick up another card then? Because
if you've had to show
yeah, it is. Oh,
yeah. If you, I know. Like I know. Then you've got to change your tactics. Or then you could just be like, I drew another assassin.
Obviously.
Next, you've got the ambassador. Really good if you're not happy with your starting cards, or if you just want to look through the deck. That's actually another good way of playing. Because a lot of it's calling people's bluffs out, what you can do is just kind of cycle through the deck and see what's in there. It's quite a long game if you do it that way.
It's like counting cards.
Yeah, exactly. So what you would do is you would claim to have the ambassador. You take 2 cards from the top of the deck, and you look at all 4 of them together. You choose which ones you want to keep. So, for example, I might want to keep the captain and the Duke. So then I would put my those other 2 cards back, and you just put them to the bottom of the pile. The other thing to bear in mind is, let's say Jade had assassinated me, and all I had left was the ambassador. So I've just got this 1 card left. For the ambassador, you always take 2 cards, and you always put 2 cards back. So I might decide this assassination is looking really good at the moment. It's doing wonders for Jade. I'm going to just keep the assassin. So you always draw 2 cards and you always put 2 cards back. So it's irrelevant how many you've got in your hands. So that's how that would work. Then the last one to go through is just the captain. And the captain allows you to steal 2 coins from another player. So as the captain, so you've now spent your coins and you need more.
Oh yeah, can I steal your coins, please?
Well, you normally could, But both the ambassador and the captain can prevent coins being stolen. So in this case, I would be able to block your stealing.
So I'd have to decide then whether you're lying or not.
Yeah, exactly. But if somebody didn't have an ambassador or a captain, or didn't claim to have an ambassador or a captain, then yeah, you would get to steal 2 coins.
Yay!
Yay! The last thing that you can do, the last action you can take, and it's why the game is called Coup, is you can launch a coup against someone. Costs 7 coins to launch a coup. If you start your turn with more than 10 coins, you have to launch a coup. You can't just hoard your coins.
Oh, I'm going to hoard my coins.
I know.
Quietly in the background.
Exactly. And then like everyone else is just like assassinating each other. You just quietly keep your money to yourself, and then at the end go, I'm just going to coup everyone.
Bye, everybody.
All in. But yeah, so you can't do that. If you have 10, you have to pay 7 coins to coup someone. In this case, so if I was to coup you, for example, launch a coup against you, you can't block it. There's nothing you can do, unfortunately. You would just lose a card. Yeah, so it's pretty... Coups are quite strong. They're quite powerful in this game. And that's pretty much it, essentially. That's the premise of the game. It's very much a case of either doing what your character's cards allow you to do, what their actions are, either choosing actions from the summary card, or pretending to be a different character and hoping nobody finds you out. So what we'll do is just do a quick run through of the game, just so that people can actually see how it plays.
Okay, so quickly I can take myself out.
I think you're going to surprise yourself. We'll see. So,
got my trusty little card.
yeah. You might want to revise that one. Right, here we go. So we each start with 2 cards. Now don't show me what you've got. The deck goes back there. We've each got a summary card, and we each start with 2 coins. So do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to take 3 coins from the treasury.
As
Mr. Duke.
I'll allow it. Okay. I am going to steal 2 coins as the captain.
I'll allow it. I'm going to assassinate you as the assassin.
I do like that you're actually... That's the clever whip. I've never seen anyone do that. And that is very clever, actually.
You don't know if I'm bluffing.
Exactly, because the problem we have is that people normally hold their cards like that, and then they obviously have to look somewhere else to kind of, if they want to... I love that. I am, however, going to have to block you with the Contessa.
What happens if I say you don't have the Contessa?
If I do have the Contessa, I will have to prove to you I've got it, in which case you would lose a card. If I don't have the Contessa, I lose both cards because your assassination would be successful, and you will have correctly called my bluff if that is so the case.
I don't think you've got the Contessa.
Unfortunately for you, I do have a Contessa. So you still lose your coins, and you lose a single card, and I will draw a new one.
But I don't know which one.
You're like, they're both so good.
Okay.
So you didn't get to draw another one. I mean, nice try. That's a great bluff in itself, isn't it?
No one knows this.
Fair play, Jade. Fair play.
Hard again.
Worth a try.
I think I regret my decision.
Yeah. So it's now my turn, because you just tried to assassinate me. So I'm going to take 3 coins as the Duke from the treasury.
One of those was a lie.
It doesn't have to be, because I've had to put my Contessa back, so I've now got 2 new cards.
Okay. I will take some foreign aid.
But even if it was, you wouldn't know which one. I'm going to block you as the Duke.
Can I have 1 coin instead?
No, you can next turn. whatever you can do.
I'm not great with games like this, am I?
I think you're brilliant because I think you're just trying anything. Can I do that? Can I get some free? Can I take another card?
Just keep taking money. Need some dough.
Right. You could claim that I don't have the Duke because even when I'm just blocking you, I've still had to use a character action. So you could just be like, well, actually, I don't think you've even got the Duke, so you can't block my foreign aids, in which case I would have to prove it to you. But it's up to you whether you want to do that or whether you just accept that you're not getting.
Does anything happen to me if I call wrong?
Yeah, you'd lose a card again. Like you did last time.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay. Oh, how many coins have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5,
Oh no, because now
7.
you can do a coup. I should have called it.
Do you want to call it?
Yeah, can I call it? Because either way, I'm out.
Either way, you're out, but I have got a Duke. And
I should have known because you said, "Oh, do you want to go back again?" I wanted to let me do that otherwise.
No, I'd be like, no, I'm not allowing it.
We'll carry on playing and see what happens.
Jade's been playing games with me for a very long time. She knows how I operate.
I lived through the Monopoly years.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly the case. Yeah. Do you want to go back? Do you want to call it? No. But yeah, so that's Coup. That's how to play. Hopefully that does give you an idea. And yeah, so that's basically it. Essentially, it's very quick. It's really great with a big group of people as well. And hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've had a good time. Don't know if Jade has.
It's been fun.
But yeah, so that's how to play Coup. If you do just want to watch more videos of just people playing Coup, then do check out our other video. There might be more in future as well. Let's play Coup. And yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Put in the comments what you would have done if you had the cards that we had. If you think one of us was lying at any point and we didn't get called out on it. But yeah, and if you are liking the channel, please do like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Like, oh no, you don't. I've got a captain.
But with more
More force.
Yeah. A bit more believable next time.